Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and today we've got a video of firsts and lasts. I've got the first decent game that I played in the T28 prototype here on Murovanka in a tier 8 battle. I've got the first time I earned a Brothers in Arms because I don't platoon very often. There's not many people I know that really play this, and quite often when I get platoon invites, and you know, I have nothing against anybody that speaks another language, but it's from people who don't speak English, and unfortunately I find that to be an effective platoon, it helps if you speak, you know, just a little bit of the same language. And I'm as much as fault here as well, because I've never learnt a second language. I learnt a small amount of German at school and that was about it. But anyway, like I say, first Brothers in Arms, and the last game that I played in my Tiger P before upgrading to the 4502A. Now, back to this. So, T28 prototype, I've mentioned before, I've grumbled about this tank. I don't particularly like it, but I do want a T30. So, I'm going to have to just knuckle down, get through it to get to the T30. I've got it fully upgraded at the minute, I think, with a 120mm gun on it, and obviously everything else with the way the upgrade system works on the console, which I'd prefer it if it worked like the PC or World of Tanks Blitz. Well, World of Tanks Blitz upgrade works very much like the PC, and I would prefer that. Anyway, we've got a T37 trying to make a early scouting run. Ran into that T34 down there, and I finished him off. Actually, do you know, I'm not sure if that is a 120mm gun. I think it is. I'm sure it is. Anyway, let's continue on our little jaunt towards the Magic Forest. So, we've got an enemy Liberté down that way, can't get to him yet. And we've got a Motherland up there. There he is. I've got the side of his turret, and I managed to put one into the side of his hull. It's slightly low and wide, but it hit him, so it doesn't matter. And if you can hear a noise in the background, that's our pet rabbit, Blue, who's having a mad half hour and just running about everywhere. Right, looks like that Motherland got finished off. I didn't leave him on much health to play with though, so it's not surprising. And it is a slow machine, this. It's got 203mm of armour on the front, which is quite good, especially at medium to long range. However, the gun doesn't seem particularly accurate at long range, and your side armour is only 51mm, so if anything gets around the side of you, you are stuffed. You don't have much of an angle on the front of your hull, so it really doesn't add much to that 203mm, and there's a lot of things at tier 9 and 10 that'll just punch straight through you, which is, you know, understandable. You're a tier 8 tank destroyer, but there's stuff at tier 8 that can just punch through your front armour as well. Managed to get one into the Liberté there. And if you have to get through one of these things and you're struggling to get through the frontal armour, there's a flat bit just either side of the gun mantle and turret, which is a good place to shoot at. Get another one into the Liberté. One more and somebody sets him on fire, and he's done. Right, so we've got a Ferdinand down there, but I've got an FCM 50T on my left flank, and that is not a good tank to have on your flank. Good rate of fire on them, good penetration as well, 212. In fact, he could probably just put it straight through the front of my hull at that range. I managed to finish him off because he was going for the low health Tiger. Personally, I probably would have backed off to get that ridge in between us rather than charge him down. Shot comes in from something on my left flank. I don't know if it was an ally. I don't know what they'd be shooting at. So, we've got Ferdinand down here. We need to try and finish him off. Being spotted by him. Ferdinand's a tough tank from the front, but I can get one through his lower plate. And I think he just bounced off me then. And I managed to get one sneaky one through that gap and finish him off. You see, with him being downhill and me being up from him, that would have increased the angling on the front of my hull. And I must admit, with the 120mm gun, it is starting to slowly, very slowly, win me over a little bit. It's never going to be my favourite tank, but I don't think I despise it quite as much. We've got a damaged Tiger P up that way. Got an AT7 over here. Now, which shall I go for? Well, the Tiger P, he's badly damaged. I'm not going to get anywhere near him before he's probably killed. So my best bet is to try and neutralise this AT7. And you really, really have to plan what you're doing in vehicles as slow as the T28 prototype, and obviously the T28, the T95. I can't think of anything else quite as slow. Just to, well, trying to knock his tracks off there, but nope. And oh, there's a Rheinmetall Borsig popped up as well. That's got a very dangerous gun, but no armour. Switch to high explosive. And he starts backing off. He put a damn big hit into me though. And that was just a bit of splash damage, didn't quite get to penetrate. So let's see if I can put the next one through his gun shield. And I do, and do full damage. Lovely. And the first one that I put at him seemed to have tracked him and kept him in place as well. And the reload was just quick enough so that he couldn't get away. Right, swap back to AP and go back after this AT7. Managed to put one straight through the front. What was I saying about the T28? That was it. Planning. Yeah, you've got to look at the team list at the beginning of the match and try and figure out whereabouts the enemy tanks are going to go and which way you've been most effective. And you have to be able to read the map well. In fact, being able to read it very well would be even better, but you know, well will do. You need to look at it, and you need to plan on where you're going to go. You need to be reading the map and think, right, those tanks might be there shortly. You know, I'd best start moving, you know, whichever direction where I'm going to be the most effective. And I really donked that one up. I thought I could get through those stairs there, but I couldn't. But yeah, you've got to plan your moves well in advance, because you are not going anywhere quick. Neither's the AT7, so I mean, to be honest, anybody who's played the ATs, putting through his commander's cupola, I don't think he's got the pen to get through the front of this, but I'm not entirely sure. And one more through his cupola finishes him off. But yeah, people familiar with the ATs, you know, the British AT tank line, same sort of thing. You need to plan what you're doing, where you're going. Oh, there's that French artillery. Do you know, I did wonder if I'd have gone off radar then, but obviously not. Got a T-32, managed to put one into him on the move. It's not bad at firing on the move actually, because it's so slow. You find that the slower vehicles are quite good at firing on the move. I need to get some buildings in between me and that artillery. Oh, and there's the IS. Bounce off the IS with a snapshot, and he manages to put one probably through the side of my tank. So there you go, the best game I've ever had in the T28 prototype, the first decent game I've had in it, and it was a loss. Don't get excited about the XP there. I did have Call Me Damage on, but I got a high caliber and a first class mastery and a sniper with over 4,600 damage done. So the first good game I've had in it, and the best one I've had in it so far, although I've not been in it very often. And what a gutting defeat. Over 1600 XP, base XP on a defeat. That is absolutely gutting. But these things happen, so you just go in something else and try again. No point getting stressed and worked up about it. Right, I've got another replay coming up for you next, where I get my first brothers in arms. Right, so here we are. We're on Fisherman's Bay. It's an encounter battle, tier 6 matchup, and me and my wife are in our Knights, our Cromwell Knights. And we've only just started really platooning up recently. Not really done loads of it. And like I said earlier, you know, I've had a few platoon invites, but unfortunately they've been from people that don't speak my language, and unfortunately I don't speak their language. Like I say, you know, I'm as much as fault for never learning a second language, and I just find that if you're going to be in a platoon, you need to communicate to be able to relay exactly what you're doing and when you're going to do it. The radial commands just aren't enough. You need to be able to talk to each other. So, I have a derpy moment here at the beginning. I've been on this map so many times, and I've never noticed this bit over by the border at the north. And, well, yeah, just slide down into that little bit there. But we're heading up this way. We don't want to go into the town. We're best off on the open fields where we can use our manoeuvrability to our advantage. And I know there's a lot of people coming up here, but if the worst comes to the worst and there's a bit too much of a push down on the eastern side there near the village and they can't handle it, then we're quick enough to get back across there and do something about it. Fingers crossed. So, pop up onto the road, see if we can get some shots at the guys that are trying to cap. Try and get that cap reset. Dodgy shot of the Nashorn. Not got a very good shot at anything. I managed to put one onto the Nashorn, and I think that was me that reset the cap. It did look like it, but it also looked a bit delayed, so... And again, I can't see properly because that tree in front of me, but there's... It works both ways. It's keeping me hidden from them, and I just can't quite see what's there, though. But there's obviously something up there that's blocking my shot, but I managed to finish off that Nashorn. There's a Panzer 4D over that way. Oh, T-34 on our right flank. Put a shot into him and finish him off. Now, I have got quite a good crew in this Cromwell. A lot of camouflage, muffled, you know, got full camo, green thumb. I think I've got Eagle Eye, which shows you what's damaged. I've got muffled shot. Oh, and we found a T1 heavy, so let's go to town on him. And that's what that is. Excuse me. With the little track in the middle of the screen, it's showing me that his tracks are damaged. It can be quite useful if you want to set somebody on fire, and if you know the engine's damaged, hit them in it and you're more likely to set them on fire. So drop back down into this gully along here, down the western side. Now, we did forget, in fact it's my fault, to record this from my wife's point of view so that I could edit them together. That was oh, actually I thought that was through those buildings, but it's this side of it. SU-85, oh, Nashorn gets finished off by somebody else and I missed my chance on the SU-85. Never mind. But yeah, I did forget to record it from my wife's point of view as well, so I could edit it together. But we're going to make a rush for the base. Try and finish off whatever's capping in there, and it's a Cromwell Knight. So I'll zip round the building, plant one into him on the move, keep going past him, put one more into his side and round. He's been distracted by the tank destroyer, put one into his turret, he manages to get one into the side of me, and one more finishes him off. Right, at the minute, foolishly or not, I don't have any interest in capping. If other people want to cap on the team, that's up to them. I'm going for damage. I'm a fast, top tier medium, a damn good medium at that. And, you know, I'm just going to want to do a bit more ruffle stomping, I think. So my wife goes and punishes that M3 Lee for being an M3 Lee. Because let's face it, they are shit. Right, well, no, in real life they were actually quite a good tank, and the tank crews were quite happy to have them. But in wielded tanks, they are crap. Right, KV-85 left, and a GUP, which was the Panzer IV variant, which in my ignorance I got rid of. I earned one when I was first playing wielded tanks, and then got rid of it because it was exactly the same as the Panzer IV-H. And in my ignorance I sold it, and I kind of wish I hadn't, but there you go, you live and learn. And we finished off the KV-85. Did I finish it off? I wasn't paying attention then, I do apologise. You'll have to let me know in the comments. And I believe we got 4 kills each, so not bad. More than half the kills are ours. 250 extra for that one, and I think that's 750 extra for Metal Mayhem, 3rd class mastery, Brothers in Arms, and a defender, and that's our first Brothers in Arms. Yes, we did. We both got 4 kills. which is not bad. To say that half the kills on our team were our platoon, that's not bad going, I suppose. But yeah, that's our first Brothers in Arms. Hopefully many more. In fact, a couple of matches later we got another one. So we're already on our way to a crucial contribution. That's the next goal. And now we've got the last game in the Tiger P. So here we are, Fisherman's Bait again. Standard battle and tier 7 matchup. Now, I realise that I think most of the videos I put on today have been basically same tier matches. And, you know, obviously you're expected to do quite well when you're top dog and what have you, which is, you know, I'm not putting this on saying, look how good I've done in this match, you know, and blah blah blah. I mean, the last match with the Knights was just good fun, and it was the first match that I got my Brothers in Arms in, which is why I put it on. This one, whilst it's a decent match, I don't get a lot of kills. I do a fair amount of damage. But it's the last game that I played in my Tiger P before I upgraded it, so I thought I'd put it on to finish off the sort of the theme of the video today. But, you know, I do try and put ones on where I come top in when I'm a low tier match, when I'm down near the bottom of the table, which is always more rewarding, so much more work. But there is a sort of certain expectation when you're a top tier, especially when you're at the top of the table, and sometimes you do really well. Other times you just bottle it and fold under the pressure and just do something really stupid. But yeah, not this one. Not the slowest, well, not the fastest of the heavies. It's 35 kilometers an hour, but it takes a little bit to get up there. 200 mil of armour on the front, 100 on the turret. I don't have armour figures or values for the turret, but it seems that it's got a decent mantle. Well, it covers the front of the turret, the mantle. And I'm assuming that you've got the mantle, which is however thick, maybe 100 mil, and then possibly some more turret behind it, but that's something that I'd probably have to look into. Or if you guys know, let me know in the comments. So there's a T-29 who's basically been taken unawares, caught with his pants down, out in the street, and our team are just going to town on him. He manages to put a shot back at me and just knocks my viewports out, and then he's finished off. Managed to get some tracking done on him, but not much damage myself, to be honest. Just bounces and misses. Possibly poorly aimed. To be honest, I was a little bit in this match. I wasn't really putting my full attention to it, to be perfectly honest. Took a shot at the KV-13 and it bounced. Got 203 mil of penetration, but it depends where I hit that KV-13. They're a tough little tank. Very overlooked tank as well. You don't see many of them because it sits in a very strange place in the tech tree. I think I've said before. It just leads to other tier 7s. You can go from the KV-85 through that and up into the mediums, or you can come from, I think, the T-34-85 through that and into the IS, which is a tier 7. Managed to go into the front of the KV-13 though. In fact, yeah, it does. It leads from the KV-85 up to the T-43, I think it is, which is another tier 7. So there's not many people that play them, but I would recommend giving it a go. It's a pretty decent tier 7 tank. Definitely one of the better ones in my opinion. But he gets finished off. So I creep back round into the town. Not on purpose, it's just that this tank's so slow it just seems to creep. And at the minute we're in the lead 8-3. So it's a nice lead. You know, I've said before and I'll say it again, I've seen people bring it back from less. Oh, there's RT. Managed to get a hit into him, but not enough to finish him off. And I think it was this guy next to me. Plants the finishing one into him. A44 up there. Can I get one into his front? Nope, bounced off the front of that. Oh, we've got a T-34 rushing us. Managed to put one into him using the auto aim because he's going a bit slowly. I don't really like using it like that, but there we are. Managed to put one more into him and finish him off. When they're moving slowly and they're close, sometimes it's just a bit quicker to just knock that auto aim and press fire straight after. Oh, that was a close one there. I don't know if that was from the S35CA or the the SU-152, but it looked and sounded like the SU-152. I'm going to be careful and get some buildings covering my left flank. That's better. I feel a little bit more secure now. Right, there was a KV-3 round this way, and I'd like to know where he is, because all of a sudden we are 13-5 up, so there's a lot of action been going off toward the other end of the map. Unfortunately, I've missed most of it. Now, I've found the KV-3, and is he AFK? Well, AFP, because it is a console. Put 2 into him, I think. Oh, no, he's woken up. Well, I've knocked his tracks off. Try and set him on fire, but I don't think I'm hitting him in the right place for that, to be perfectly honest. Puts 1 into my tracks and knocks him off. I put another 1 into his tracks and knock him off and do some damage. Try and aim better for his engine. Still no luck in setting him on fire. And am I going to finish him off before everybody else gets here? Come on. Lovely. So again, not a brilliant round, but not bad. And like I say, my last game in the Tiger P. I have sold it, I'm not keeping that one. Not a bad daily double actually. Come to think of it, high caliber and a first class mastery. Just over 2,600 damage done, 1,400 assisted, and 700 blocked, which is nice. But yeah, not too bad really for a daily double, I suppose. What's that? 1576 is it? Like I say, the resolution's not brilliant when I'm doing this, but yeah, 1576, 1578 base XP, which isn't too bad. I suppose it's not the best, but it's not bad. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and as always, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.